Hello and welcome back to Put to Practice Cooking. Today we are going to be doing a crab and mushroom mac and cheese. Got a craving for mac and cheese, but I want something a bit more than just beefaroni and cheese. Gonna be trying out. This all just come up with my own head, so this is gonna be pretty fun, I think. We're basically gonna be making a bechamel sauce with 3 different types of cheeses, and then we're gonna be putting some spice in there, and then we're gonna have some pan-fried shiitake mushrooms, and then we're gonna add 3 cans of crab meat. So I think it's gonna turn out really good. So let's get started. All right, we're back. So first off, what we're going to be doing is melting. We're going to be melting 3 tablespoons of butter in here. Let that melt all the way, and then we're going to be putting our flour in here. We're just going to be melting just about a tablespoon and some change of butter to get for our mushrooms. And back here we got our water going for the noodles. You can really use whatever noodles you want. I currently got some protein kind. I prefer it usually. So it's gonna be a lot of melting and reducing. And we got our milk for it, our flour, and our spices. And also I put a little bit of miso paste. That's going to make it a bit creamy on top of the extra cheese that we're going to be doing. Probably about like 1 container. The container I have was equal to about 3.5 ounces ish of mushrooms. So you always can use less or more depending on taste. So about done. So we're just gonna pour these in. There we go. I'm gonna turn this down just a bit, and I'm gonna have to turn this down to medium. It should be medium heat for the. Ooh, yeah, that's probably why. Got way too hot too fast. These get finished before we're done. I'll just set them aside. Not going to do too much, maybe just a little salt and pepper. Probably that's all we're going to need because the cheese is going to help add to it. Okay, so that's almost there. Yeah, so that's just about there. So what we're going to do is put our 3 tablespoons of flour in here, get that all in, and then whisk that up as much as possible. Now we're gonna essentially the flour is gonna make kind of a gonna make essentially like a bunch of paste kind of thing, like what we're going with. Get that round as much as combinedly possible. Once we get to that point, we are going to pour in some milk, just bit by bit at first. So we don't want to go too fast. So I'm gonna stir that together first. This whole thing should take about like 10 minutes ish. So once you feel okay, that should be getting good. So we're gonna leave that alone for a little bit. I'm gonna focus on the mushrooms now. Likely the sauce and everything's gonna be done before I get to the pasta. So I'll probably just skip the part of combining. I mean, once you get the sauce and that, just mix it all together. It's not really that hard to boil some noodles. Salt water, boil, put them in, get into there about a consistency you're comfortable with, and then just pour them in. I have it under a medium-low after I put the heat in. We don't want it too hot. Okay, so this is probably good. Mushrooms are probably the easiest part, so. I'm gonna put that on a plate real fast so it can cool. All right, now we're back at this. So we're now getting kind of a brown, which is what we're wanting. Just to show you a bit. It's not exactly, it's like off-white kind of thing, not exactly like eggshell, you know what I mean? So we're gonna keep going with that. The way we know that if it's good is that once we get a spoon or spatula, it's gonna stick to the back of it, kind of, and it makes a kind of a line with it. Kind of get that real quick. It's kind of that consistency yet. No, it's not there yet. Still about 5 minutes left. So While we're waiting, I just want to show you the meat. I used white crab meat. You can use lump meat. Lump meat's supposed to be more flavorful. I wasn't aware of that time, but make sure you do empty out all the juices. It's never good to keep that in there. It's kind of the same thing with like tuna. So once we're all done, we'll just I'll throw this in with the sauce and everything, and then we'll mix that in real quick, and then I'll throw it in with the cheese. We have to throw it with the noodles. Okay, I think we're about there now. So what we'll do now is put in our mustard powder, our paprika, and our garlic powder, as well as our miso. Put that all in there. Now we're going to use the whisk to get that all together. Miso should dissolve pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Cheese is when we might have to turn this up a little bit. Okay, I don't see any more clumps, so that should be good. Now, I'm going to put in our mozzarella, just going to be a whole 2 cups. Let's stir that in a bit. Definitely getting more thick, so definitely a good sign. Okay, so next we're going to do is our white cheddar. Good enough. It's starting to be pretty well combined. So now last one is going to be our sliced provolone. Oh, I think our water is just about ready. Once I mix this up, I'll throw in our noodles. Okay, so we got that going, so just take a couple minutes. As you can see, it's getting really stringy, so that's really, geez, it's getting there, but we don't want it to stick to everything, so we'll keep going. Make sure it stays a medium. We don't want to burn the sauce. All right, so I think the rest of this is just going to be for the noodles. So I will be back once we get to the last stage. Let's go. All right, so we are back. We just got finished with the noodles. Just dumped them out. So now we're going to put in our mushrooms, all pushed in. Then our crab. Okay, should be good. So now, best part of this. All right, I think that's going to be well and thoroughly mixed. All right, so let's get a taste test going. All right, let's see how this tastes. Make sure we get some with the crab on it. Yeah, it's very good. Nice white sauce with that crab and then a nice little bit of mushroom. Perfect. Nice, very simple, but just elevates the basicness of mac and cheese, is the most American dish you can think of. So, well, I think I'll call this one definitely a success in my cookbook. So, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and hope yours turns out as good as mine. Have a good night.